In life, we often face challenges that leave us feeling exhausted, disoriented, and even hopeless. But it is in those moments that stories of courage, perseverance, and indomitable spirit can become a powerful source of inspiration to help us keep going. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy of life, is not only a lesson in morality and virtue, but also a vivid story that demonstrates the strength of the human spirit. Today, we will explore 10 Stoic stories that will leave you speechless. Stories that help us look at ourselves and life from a new perspective. But before we begin, with small and completely free actions, subscribe to the channel and leave a comment. Every small action of yours is a great encouragement to me. That is the sincerity, kindness, and virtue that Stoicism teaches. Feel free to comment because it is your way of life. Tell us about your views. When mentioning Mahatma Gandhi, people often think of a symbol of compassion and non-violent struggle. But few people know that his greatness originated from a lesson in forgiveness when he was a boy. After accidentally stealing money from his brother, Gandhi decided to confess to his father. Instead of being angry, his father tore up the confession letter, forgave him. That moment not only taught Gandhi about the power of forgiveness, but also instilled in him the compassion and self-forgiveness that shaped him later. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest emperors of Rome, did not become a leader from the beginning. Adopted by Emperor Antoninus Pius, Marcus spent nearly 2 decades learning and training. During this time, he learned the value of patience, humility, and putting the community first. These lessons helped Marcus become a Stoic leader who always controlled himself and ruled with wisdom and kindness. Former U.S. President Jimmy Carter once had a memorable interview with Admiral Hyman Rickover. After questions about his knowledge and experience, Rickover suddenly asked Carter, "Have you always tried your best?" Carter realized that there were times when he did not really try his best, and this question haunted him for the rest of his life. From then on, Carter always reminded himself to try his best in all circumstances. Profound Stoic lesson about commitment to oneself. Kurt Vonnegut and Joseph Heller, 2 famous writers, once had a memorable conversation at a party. When Vonnegut teased that a billionaire made more money in a week than Heller had in a lifetime of writing, Heller calmly replied, "But I have something he doesn't have. I have a sense of what enough is." This response contained a Stoic lesson in life satisfaction. In a world that is always demanding more, knowing when enough is enough can bring peace and happiness. Diane di Prima, a famous poet, once faced a situation that we all have probably experienced, caught between a big opportunity and a small promise. At a literary party, Diane realized that she had promised to return on time to replace the babysitter. The party was a great opportunity for her to connect with influential people. She decided to keep her promise. This is not only a story about keeping promises to others, but also about being honest and steadfast to yourself. Diane understood that to be a true artist, she needed to not only create, but also live true to her values. Before becoming the President of the United States and one of the greatest generals in history, Ulysses S. Grant went through some of the most difficult times in his life. At one point, Grant was reduced to a roadside firewood seller after being forced to resign from the army due to personal problems. One day, an old friend from West Point met him and was surprised to see Grant in this state. When the friend asked Grant how he felt, calmly replied, "I am solving the problem of poverty." This answer not only showed Grant's humility, but also his determination. No matter what the circumstances, he did not lose his self-worth. When the Antonine Plague broke out and threatened the entire Roman Empire, Marcus Aurelius faced one of the greatest challenges of his life. Not only did Rome face the plague, but Rome was also devastated by floods, coups, and invasions. In this context, Rome's treasury was almost depleted. Instead of pushing the responsibility onto others, Marcus decided to sell all his personal assets, from jewelry to palace furniture, to save the empire. This action not only showed personal sacrifice, but also demonstrated Marcus's courage and leadership. He knew that a true leader must always put the good of the community before himself. Zeno, the founder of Stoicism, did not start his journey as a philosopher. Before becoming a great thinker, Zeno was a successful merchant. However, everything changed when a shipwreck took all his possessions. forcing him to Athens with nothing. Instead of succumbing to adversity, Zeno decided to seek knowledge. It was in Athens that he began to learn and develop philosophical ideas, which gave rise to Stoicism. Zeno once said, "I was on a prosperous voyage when I was shipwrecked," implying that the greatest adversities can become the greatest opportunities in our lives. Bucky Fuller, famous architect, once stood on the brink of despair. After being fired from his job, losing one of his children, and feeling lost, he stood on the shores of Lake Michigan and contemplated ending his life. But then a voice in his head said, "How dare you?" This voice reminded Fuller of his responsibility to humanity, that he had the talent and potential to contribute to the world. Instead of giving up, he decided to dedicate himself to building a better future. This story is a testament to how realizing your responsibility can change your life. Julius Caesar and Brutus are two historical figures known for their complicated relationship. Brutus, Caesar's best friend, eventually betrayed him, leading to Caesar's tragic death. But the story of Portia, Brutus's wife, is truly a profound lesson in Stoicism. Portia, realizing that her husband was planning something terrible, stabbed herself in the foot, proved to her husband she could endure pain better than he could. This act was not only a testament to Portia's determination and loyalty, but also showed the mental strength that Stoics can achieve when they face their greatest challenges. Each of these stories offers valuable lessons about patience, humility, responsibility, honesty. Stoicism is not just a philosophy, but also a powerful tool to help us overcome life's most difficult challenges. Which Stoic lesson will you choose to apply to your life? Remember, anyone can learn and become stronger through practicing Stoicism. Thank you everyone for watching the video. If you found the content useful, please leave a comment sharing your thoughts. Do you know anything about Stoicism or have any experiences you would like to share? We look forward to hearing from you. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our upcoming videos.